As someone who's been in horror movies, when something's going wrong, they're like, why do they investigate? Why don't they just leave? I'm out.
I guess I investigated twice and got stabbed for it. But I lived 2 times.
That's true.
Lightning never strikes a 3rd time.
That's true. Welcome to Driven Season 3, the interview series that's not about the destination, but about the journey getting there. I have to tell you that when I told people that you were coming in the car, the fandom from the Scream franchise is so palpable that I got, ask him about this, ask him about this, who's doing that, where's doing that, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
See, I can't receive that only because I am a fan of the franchise. Like, I'm a fan of Scream and have been since childhood, so like, it's humbling, it's very exciting.
Your daughter is the same age you were when this all started.
If you hurt her,
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
it's gonna be fun.
Why doesn't Ghostface just leave Sydney alone? Like, what the hell? Like, just leave this woman alone.
But I feel like that's a mark of a true master at their craft is perseverance and dedication. And Ghostface clearly has like a passion for causing terror. And I feel like if he were to give up, then Sydney would have technically overcame them. So
You're right.
You know, that's...
And then we would have no movie.
True. Then we would have no movie, or we would have a very different movie. It would be like a really fascinating family drama, which is fine.
Yeah.
Just no Ghostface, or like Ghostface is like a therapist, maybe.
Oh, okay. What would that look like?
A lot of tweed.
A lot of being a Scream fanatic yourself. When you met Kevin Williamson, what did you want to know from him?
I wrote a paper on Scream, and that was arguably the only reason I booked the first movie. And I had heard stories about like how it got made and like what the inspirations were. And I remember asking him, and he was like, "Why the hell do you know that?" And I was like, "I'm so curious."
What are some of your favorite Scream kills over the years?
Tatum in the garage door is always going to be like up there. I'll say for 6, Annika falling off of the ladder was disturbing in a really cathartic way. For 5, which was my first Scream, I was really excited to meet Courtney because I've got friends that love Friends, and I have a tattoo, and I'll show it to you in a moment.
Okay.
But it really closely resembles the Friends logo. It's not the Friends logo.
Okay.
I like Friends fine.
Yeah.
But this tattoo would have you believe I'm like a die-hard fan.
Okay.
And Melissa, bless her heart, goes, "Hey, Courtney, did you know Mason has a Friends tattoo?"
Uh-oh.
And I was like, "Why would you do that?" And she was like, "Oh my goodness, let me see." And she reaches over and pulls up my sleeve.
That's the logo
And
from
it's
Friends!
not the logo from Friends, dude. They're Norse runes, and it just...
That looks like the logo from Friends.
Listen, man. Okay, so we were shooting Scream 7 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Courtney was like, "I really want to dance to Michael Jackson." And we were like, "Well, let's go take it to his disco and let's go dance to Michael Jackson." We get there, and the line is around the block, and we're sitting in the car with Courtney, Nev, Jasmine, myself, and Asa Gurman.
Okay.
And Courtney's like, "Oh, we can't go in. Like, there's lines."
I'm love where this is. Okay.
And Jasmine goes, "Don't worry, I'll play publicist. I got this. She like walks up smooth as hell and goes, "So I have Courteney Cox in the car, and she really wants to come in." And the bouncer goes, "No way." And Jasmine looks over at us, goes like this. We pop around the corner, and the guy goes, "Get in here." I did get kicked out of the club.
Why?
So I put Jasmine on my shoulders, and I guess they didn't like that. I walked outside for a second, and I tried to come back in, and they locked the door, and they were like, and I was like, ah.
Well, you got to dance MJ
I did.
with...
Yeah, I had my night. It was great. Oh, is this gonna take us back now?
Yes.
Cara, you're so sweet.
I know. She's
Should we name her?
What would you name her?
Wanda.
Okay, Wanda. I like
Wanda
that.
the Waymo.
Wanda the Waymo. In the first Scream, Drew Barrymore, most famous first kill. If you were gonna cast your dream first kill, who would it be and why?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Okay.
Yeah.
Set the scene.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday night.
Yep.
Club vibe booming. Benito's hanging. He's got beautiful ladies, beautiful dudes hanging out.
Yeah.
They're all vibing, doing a little dance. And he's like, "You know what? I need another drink. I gotta get out of here." He goes up to the bar, leaves all his people, goes up to the bar, gets a phone call. He's like, "I'm Bad Bunny. I don't gotta take calls." Hangs up. And then he gets another call, and he's like, no one calls Bad Bunny twice and doesn't hear the end of it. Picks up.
Doing the voice.
Well, I can't even do. What's your favorite scary movie? Turns around, everyone in the entire bar is Ghostface. Benito naturally gets scared for a moment. He steels himself, ready for combat, and he says, the only thing stronger than hate is love. And he kisses Ghostface, and then, I don't know, I guess he has to die, and then he blows up. But the whole building blows up, and then goes, I don't want him to, like, get stabbed.
You just made this up?
Yeah, oh yeah. Could you imagine? I've just been thinking about this forever.
You have another movie coming out called The
Please.
Gates. That's coming out very soon. What can you tell me about The Gates?
The Gates is about 3 black boys that are on their way to a party in Texas. And the way to get to the party is through a gated community in which they get locked in and witness a murder. And then they're subsequently chased through this gated community in order to be silenced by violent means of the town pastor.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot of
No,
hot
it's not a
topical-
rom-com.
Well, no, there's moments in there that could be considered. No, it's a movie about 3 kids getting to the party, but I like to think the underlying sentiment is about a relationship to authority and what that looks like for different people, especially people of color.
One of the ways that I got to know you is from Love, Victor.
Oh,
And I guess my question for you is
Mikey.
about Love, Victor. Do people still come up being like, what that show meant to them?
of course. Love
And-
Victor, not just by way of how all-encompassing and welcoming and passionate the queer community is. It's about them. It's about people that saw that show, and it resonated with them outside of the story we were trying to tell. Because I do believe that representation and like showcasing different aspects of living is so important to not only existence in general, but the understanding of what that existence ought to mean generally, and to be a part of something that means something, it means that much to anyone is truly the goal of any artist, I would hope.
All right, was this the best talk show experience you've ever had?
This
Mason?
was unforgettable. You understand? This was the first time I've ever been on Waymo.
Yeah.
This was the first time I've ever gotten to tell the story of how I got kicked out of a nightclub where Courteney Cox asked for Michael Jackson.
He didn't tell that on Kelly Clarkson.
I didn't tell that on Kelly Clarkson. She didn't ask.
Well,
But she could have. I would have told Kelly that, but
you snooze, you lose, Kel.
that's what I'm talking about. Hi, Kelly. Love you, dearly.
I mean, who doesn't love
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.